Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is another team killing video, I'm afraid. We've got a 212A, which is a Tier 9 Soviet SPG, and it's located on the north spawn of Murovanka under the command of Zata Buchev. Now, he's going to get team killed by the FB4202 on his team, and it's going to take a little while after the start that it happens. Moving away to his firing position. There you can see arnPOPEY in the FB4202. So there's been no interaction between the two at all. And Zata has moved into his firing position. He's now aiming at the enemy. Okay, and he's gone straight to counter battery. He's looking into the southwest corner of the map, looking for any trace of the Arty, any trees falling down or anything like that, which will give away position. And there's a tree gone down. We noticed the tree going down just a short distance away. He doesn't seem to have seen it. That would tend to indicate that the enemy Arty might be in that area. So we're looking for tracer. And one little trick that Arty players use is to actually turn off all visibles, and there you can see one of the enemy tanks, a Noobs 03, been spotted in that corner. And there we can see that the enemy Arty has actually just fired at Zata because he picked an obvious firing position. He obviously saw the tracer and went for it. And Zata has actually lost 223 hit points, and he's moving to a new firing position, but not very far away. And he's continuing his reload, which is 33.65 seconds. He's obviously using the 203mm B4 howitzer. Now, the closest member of his team at this moment is the SU-14-2, but the FB4202 that kills him is not that far away. As I say, one of the tips for finding the enemy is to turn off all visuals, and then the tracer from the enemy Arty becomes much more visible. Nothing yet. And he's just been team killed by the FB4202 for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And if we come out of this into third person view and move over here, we can see that the same FB4202 is just driven off straight past the school bus, and he's taken up position in this bush here. So there's no reason for that team killing there at all. And Zata has actually said everyone report the FB4202 for team killing. And as you know, when a team gets Arty team killed, normally they'll lose the battle as a result. And I think if you can see on the mini-map, there are already 2 tanks down. Of course, one of them being Zata. Now there are 3 tanks down. They've lost their fire support, and it won't be long before they lose the game. You can see most of their tanks and tank destroyers are now moving to the back of the map to try and get away from the enemy team. And they've got an AMX-30B who's moved up, and the Strid S1 has just been killed. And they're now 7 tanks down. They've lost all of their forces in the Magic Forest, and indeed now the school bus is moving over towards these bushes. That was an enemy Arty round landing, and I think you can see that the ship arm is moving as well into the bushes. The school bus has just been taken out. They're now down 8 tanks, and despite the fact that they're putting up a valiant defense, they're going to be overwhelmed because there's now a Jaegeru in close proximity, a standard B. They've lost their AMX 50-100. There's only 4 of them left. And the FB4202, well, he's now under fire from a Lorraine 40-ton. as well as a number of other enemy tanks. And despite the fact that he kills that Lorraine 40 ton, he's about to get wiped out. And I think it's going to be this Object 430. Yep. And now there's only 2 members of their team left. And they're both over here. It's the FP4005 and the SU-130PM. There goes the ship bomb. And lastly, the SU-130PM has been killed. So that loss was predictable, and it happened because the Arty was team killed. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, yes, team killer after 2 minutes start. You can see that Zata Boshab did absolutely nothing to that FP4202. There was no reason for him to team kill the Arty at all. We can see from this that Zata didn't get a chance to do any damage to the enemy. He was trying to, but he was hidden in those bushes. He did get hit by the enemy Arty as well, which wasn't helpful. But that's because he actually picked an obvious firing position and was spotted. His tracer was spotted. But as a result of this, the team lost the game. And if we look at the detail report, we can see Zata only fired 1 round. And he received 1 hit as a result of splash from the M53, M55. He earned 6,426 credits for taking part, got compensation of 10,701 credits when the FP4202 team killed him. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he actually ended up with a positive balance of 970 credits. And he got 138 credits for taking part in the battle. But the person we should be concerned about is this one, arnPOPEY, in the FP4202, because he did 1 team kill and 237 hit points of damage against his own team. And there was no reason for this guy to do it. He's a blue rated player. He shouldn't be team killing his players. He should have realized by now that the only way to win in battle is not to team kill your teammates. Not if you can help it. If a player has already turned blue, then they're no longer on your team and you're free to kill them because they effectively have done team damage whilst in the game. But if somebody deliberately does team damage, as arnPOPEY did, what they're doing is effectively causing a loss. So make a note of this name, this username. It's on the EU server. And this guy did team damage right from the start and caused them to lose the game. So, thanks very much for watching.